Hello and welcome to today's Wild Hearthstone deck tech and gameplay video on Hero Attack Shaman. Hero Attack Shaman is a deck that at its core wants to, well, hang on, hold on, come on, there we go. I was going to say it wants to attack with your hero as much as possible. This is a list that I've had and I've been tinkering with for a long time. Originally since Tempest Hammer first came out. But ideally we want to equip a Tempest Hammer and attack a whole bunch of times, not only getting as many, Tempest Hammer procs as possible, but also potentially just doing a whole lot of damage. To get that, we can use cards like Sand Art Elemental, both increasing the base attack of our hero and giving us Wind Fury, which would accomplish both of the things we wanted. Or even cards like Turn the Tides or Stormstrike, which doesn't give us more swings with the hammer, but can just give our hero just a buttload of attack, and from there can do a whole lot of damage. Also have additional ways to get a hold of other copies of Tempest Hammer, things like Hoard Pillagers or even Rummaging Kobold, just to give us a few extra copies of the hammer, since the hammer is so... Oh, also, instrument tech. All of these things are very pivotal to, getting the hammer as often as possible. I will say one thing in testing, and we'll get to the rest of the deck where this will make sense in a second. Like I talked about, I have been testing this idea out for a long time now, ever since Tempest Hammer came out. But that new Fabled card... Hang on, what? Can I just look up Fabled? Yeah, if you had Muradin the High King in here, and you had access to the High King's hammer, if you have this, run this in place of the hammers. It gets you the same thing. Honestly, this is better than the hammer, but I don't have the dust, as you can clearly see, to make it. So if you have Muradin, replace the hammers with the Muradins, or replace the hammer with the Muradin, and you'll have to cut another card to get the bundled cards that are going with it. But this is more of a, if you have this, don't run this thing. But even if whether you have Muradin or not, the core gameplay of the deck still is the same. Equip weapon, where'd it go? Come on, where'd you go? Equip your weapon, hit with your weapon a whole lot, and this is one of those where, in this case, we want to get extra copies of the weapon, but you wouldn't need to, say, run a Hoard Pillager or something, necessarily, if you had the hammer, because the hammer shuffles back in and all that. But basically, again, play hammer, hit with hammer often, or just hit hard more generally. We also have some okay cards, both Alakirs. Alakir, the Winds of Time, is not only a draw spell, but again, gives our hero attack and Wind Fury, which is what we want, in addition to all the extra things. That is the whole bit of what this deck wants to do. And we'll go now on to game number 1 to see that bit in action. As always, don't forget to like the video if you like it, subscribe, and hit the like button if you like my grab bag of content and want to see more of it in the future. And if you don't have, card X and what about card Y as a replacement, or other generally nice comments, I'll do what I can to respond to what I see. And now we'll finally go on to game number 1. And game number 1 with our Hero Attack Shaman. Honestly, this is a perfectly fine opening hand. Have one hammer and effectively another hammer. Death's Head Cultist might be a weird one to include in there, but since this deck was already trying to do cute stuff, I found that cards like the Cultist just helped us to not die while trying to set up the cute thing. Of course, your experience of the meta will... Well, I was going to say, your experience of the meta will vary. this probably isn't the most surprising thing on the world, but the infinite forever value quest is better than our cute little eye bonk with hammer deck. So this is one of those where we're just going to try and go fast. It's the only thing we can kind of hope to do. Yeah. Just going to go hit fast, hit hard, and often, and just hope we get there. Because this thing, this is one of those lists that, like, is not great, but is an absolute joy to play, and that's enough for me. I will, or like we talked about in the deck tech, if you have the King's Hammer and all those cards, like, the deck probably gets noticeably better, but I do not, so here we are. In the meantime, Hammer. Honestly, just face. What am I doing? It's all we can hope to do. We're, like, going to lose a lot of cards, which we don't love, but we're just trying not to die. If they go particularly wide, we do have a Thrall's Gift. Another one of those, like, glue cards that you always hear me talk about, that I like to include in decks wherever I can. Maybe if they go particularly wide, honestly, part of me wants to, like, that's cute. Part of me wants to, like, go more into the hammer, but I'm not going to get a cleaner Lightning Storm than now. So yeah, Lightning Storm where we can clear a board, and again, go face with the hammer. Now, with any luck next turn, with a Turn the Tides and 2 Static Shocks, we should be able to, like, maybe answer a guy they play. Well, okay, that's odd, but okay. Less odd. What dragons? Well, okay, there are dragons that care about Murlocs. That's fair. I was gonna say, why would you do that? But that actually makes sense. Static Shock. Turn the Tides. Static Shock on the other dude. Trade here, and then with a 6 attack, go to the face. Bonk. And there you go. That turn. That turn is exactly what the deck wants to do. Let me move the mic a little bit away, as I apologize about peeking it a little bit. But that turn is, like, the example of what the deck wants to do. Now, is it going to get there all the time? No. Is it going to do good against some of the more questionable design decisions like these quests? Also, no. Again, is it still fun? Absolutely. All day. That one is very simple. In the meantime, I guess we can hex this. That card is absurdly strong and pushed. Even if you didn't have the quest, the fucking 3 Murlocs and a trench coat card, pretty good. Oh la la, somebody's in trouble. Okay, what do we do next turn? 7 mana. Have a Tempest Hammer. Can turn the tides if we need to, but we have to get through the frog anyway. I don't want to waste that. So is it going to be Tempest Hammer and a Dehydrate on the big thing? Okay, that works. Just a little less clean. Yeah, I think that is the play. Dehydrate, even though that's gonna just get reborn, which is not great. Oh god. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna try. But oh boy. I want this deck to be so much better than it, like, it's not awful, like, it's fine. But, like, sincerely, how I sit in Silver, this is about how well this deck will do. Again, if you have the Murden and his hammer and all that, the deck, I would imagine, gets better. But this is one of those decks that's a little too fair. Oh, we're absolutely dead. It's a little too fair for, like, not only modern Hearthstone, but especially, like, modern Wild Hearthstone. It just can't kind of keep up. in the higher power setting that is like the modern day and age, man. Get rid of the biggest, scariest thing on the board. Turn the tides. Go here. No, we don't love trading like this, but if we don't, we're dead. Hate that the fucking hammer just gets lightning rodded, or the, well, yeah, the lightning gets lightning rodded to the little dorky silver hand guy, but it is kind of like on theme in a weird way. Yeah. This ain't going great. Yep. We'll play. I was wondering where, because you have to have Vilefin in a deck like this. You might as well. Okay. Sure. OG Alakir. Trade into the 1/1. Hang on. Yeah. Let's try and be a big body and slow them down as much as we can, but like the window is largely gone for a deck like this, which is fine. He did eat up, you know, 10 damage worth, so he gained some life, but that life ain't enough. Yep. It's very cute. Don't think there's anything I draw that, like, saves me here. I don't know what saves me, but I might live for return. Really, we're just trying to stay alive is more of an exercise. Yeah, we're alive. This Crusader aura is gone, but, like, kind of doesn't matter at this stage. It's just like a minor consolation, but that's fine. 3 Murlocs and a trench coat. Yep. I think we still die. We do still die. Worth a shot. But to be fair, that goofy-ass quest is crazy. Fucking forever value. I mean, to be fair, like, I was gonna say that's the only quest from the new one, or the only quest from the newest set of quests that has that forever value, but I guess technically Spirit of the Mountain does have forever value. But, like, that's fucking crazy. That card is, like, absurd that it doesn't, like, cap out eventually. But again, deck still a lot of fun. Might not be the greatest, but also not, like, the worst. It's like a functional deck. But anywho, we'll go on now to game number 2. And game number 2 with our little, what's the word? Hero Attack Shaman. I remember that. I didn't almost mess that up. Alakir's no. It's a little too slow. I have no idea what our opponent's running, because you don't really see Demon Hunters all that often if we're, like, in Wild. Do they technically exist? Yeah, sure. Are they common? No. But in the off chance they're more aggressive, that's one of the reasons why I kept the Cultist and the Brass Elemental. Both are just, again, ways to, like, try and stabilize what we're trying to do our cute little, like, dex plan here. Opponent is oddly, what's the word? Oddly in the tank. I don't think I've ever seen this animated portrait for Illidan, which is kind of, I mean, it's fine. It's just Illidan. It's not like the most exciting one, but I mean, it's like fine. I don't know who or why people would pay money for like that level of cosmetic, but whatever makes them happy. Alright, I was going to say we didn't find one of the hammers, but we found a way to, to recur another hammer when we get there, but, you know, one thing at a time. I have seen, I don't think I've seen it in testing with this, but historically, I have seen some like pirate hunters, or pirate demon hunters, I should say. With that location that like summons, I think like 2 pirates with like one with charge, and I think like if they die, you might be able to like refresh the thing, maybe. Whatever the name of that location is. In the meantime, Death's Head, we'll go ahead and just get rid of a free bit of, or we'll get rid of a dude while the removal's free, I should say. Would have been great to, you know, save a Static Shock for like a big scary hammer turn, but you know, might as well get while the getting's good, if that, you know, will apply here. Cards that, what in the hell? It is a pirate. I would say Reno, because I don't know why you'd run that card in an aggressive pirate deck. Enemy cards that didn't start in the deck cost 2 more. Okay, that will actually add attacks onto Thrall's gift cards, which is actually kind of important. Brass Elemental. Yeah, we'll go ahead and trade it. Why not? We have a Healing Stream Totem, so we can like crawl out of the range of just a hero power. And if my creeping suspicion about being 1 second. Oop. And we're back. The cough appears to be nothing, and the cats and the dog are fine. That was an odd sound. 1 second. Gotta get the headphones. It's very odd. In the meantime, I'm not drawing any of our hammer-related cards. Get rid of a dude while we can. Again, while the getting is good. Go Faith for the rest of it. This deck is, or this deck, yeah, no, this deck is like, in this game in particular, is showing this deck's ability, like, it can, you know, while it might not be the best deck in the world, I mean, it's like a functional deck. It's not like it doesn't, like, work. But, you know, our opponent is playing Pirate Demon Hunter, which is, you know, 2 decks trying to do some pretty, like, fair things all together. I was gonna say play some fair Magic, but it's the wrong game. And we eventually got a hammer anyway. Let's go. I believe it's first. It's like a first in, first out thing, not first on, last off kind of thing. So if I hit the 5-1, I believe this should go first because it was here first. Or is it just random? Okay, if it's just random at that stage, that's fine. I'm actually going to go face with the rest. I've got like, well, nah. I was going to say the Wind Fury is too much pressure, but I can lose 2 damage and be okay. No reason to like throw away a good lead. And we're like, if they are a Reno deck, which who knows is the case now. But if they are, we were outside of the, like, what's the word? Outside of the window of a Reno answer. And that's good, we got there anyway. So yeah, and this is, and was, you know, Hero Attack Shaman. A very fun list, might not be the best, but if you have the new Muradin Fabled card, or whatever that thing is with the hammer, I imagine the deck gets much better. And even if it's, quote, like, not good, it's still fun, and it's still perfectly functional. So if you want to have some fun, and you have, like, the base of this list floating around, and you don't want to burn any dust, but you want to have, like, you know, a fun day or 2 with a new list, this will do pretty well. Anywho, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you like my grab bag of content, and would like to see more in the future. And if you have any sort of question, like, I don't have X, what about Y, or other generally nice comments, I'll do what I can to respond to what I see. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.